Hi guys, welcome to Spirit Mail. I'm Cheryl and this is Daily Mail episode 86, and today we're going to talk about truth. Your truth, my truth, their truth, and the truth. I want to start out by saying that whenever I first started this channel, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I expressed was that the things that I talk about are, in fact, my experiences which lead me to my own truths about things. Over the period of months, I started in August, and I started with Daily Mail, not in August, 86 videos ago. And I wanted to make sure, again, that my truth didn't ever reduce the truth of your truth or anybody else's truth, because we're all on a different journey. So I say things like, you don't have to cut 28,000 back bends and 48,000 flips and light 10,000 candles and all this other stuff to reach God. That's my truth. And some of you guys might have a different truth. You might use those other methods to get yourself in the mood, right? To be able to receive, in that mood of relaxation, to be able to receive. The other day, whenever I did my meditation on Friday, I used a guided meditation because I could not get out of my head. So I don't need the guided meditation to reach God or my spirit team or Jesus, as it was that day. On a regular basis, that's not what I need, but that day, that's what I needed. That was my truth that day. Normally, I can be washing dishes and receive meditation-like messages while I'm washing dishes, while I'm walking, while I'm doing almost anything. So what I've noticed is, and what has been brought to my attention also, is that sometimes I get a little bold and I get a little absolute on what I think is the way something is supposed to be. And whenever that happens, I don't intend it to be a reduction of anybody's truth or a slant on anybody's idea about their spiritual journey, because I'm not a guru. I'm not an expert on anything except what I've experienced for me. Friday, I told y'all last night about my meditation on Good Friday when Jesus came to visit with me. After that, I sat on my front porch with a cup of coffee, and I could hear the priest at the church a couple blocks over having Good Friday service. And he was doing it over his bullhorn. And the parishioners from his church were parked in their cars outside of the church, experiencing Mass in a new way. And you guys have heard me talk about my experience with church and why I no longer attend church. And if you haven't, they're all in the daily videos. But that day, Friday, when I was sitting outside after that meditation, I had this overwhelming sense of peace that came over me. And I had this immediate inner understanding that this is what these people needed that day. And this is what made them feel connected, and it was right for them. And it's their way of reaching God. And you know what? I love that. And it reminded me that my way is not the right way or the way it needs to be for you or anything like that. It's just my way. And I can only share with you what it has done for me. So whenever I have conversations or say something that might put anybody on the defensive, please know that my goal is not to do that. My goal is to uplift you. My goal is to share with you the things that have worked for me, that perhaps if you're looking for another way, there could be another way, that kind of stuff. But I'm certainly not here to put anybody down. So please forgive me if I've ever made you feel that way. And know that I think that there's always my truth, your truth, their truth, and the truth. And I think only God could possibly know the truth. I did one more real quick story, and then I'm going to pull a PS. But I did a little essay, a short essay one time back in 2008. Whenever I was going through all this stuff, it was the last time I've attended a church. My kids were still young, and I remember I had been through several different churches, many different denominations, and I asked God, what is the right way? I have kids. You have to tell me which one is the right one. And basically, God said it's all pizza. And I did an essay on it. I even submitted it in a contest, but it didn't do anything. But basically, what he said is, it's all pizza. Pizza is food, right? Pizza fills your body, right? I might like thick crust pizza with cheese in the crust and pepperoni and all the different meats with extra cheese on top. And that's what works for me. That's what really makes me feel like I'm eating pizza. When the lady next door might like thin crust with only pepperoni and no cheese and no red sauce. But for her, that is pizza. Both pizzas fill us up. Just because her pizza isn't my pizza doesn't mean that that she's not eating pizza. She's not eating the kind of pizza I like to eat, but she's still eating pizza. And basically that's what God said. And I say it all the time, guys, there's 7.8 billion of us on this planet. There's always, we're all going to have different journeys. We're all going to have different likes and dislikes. We're all going to have different ways that we feel connected. And for those times that I look at you and say, you're not really eating pizza, please forgive me, because I know better. I absolutely know better. So that's my daily mail for today. We're going to pull a PS. God guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit, I thank you so very much for our daily mail community. And I thank you so very much for our subscriber that reached out to me this morning and reminded me about that situation on Friday and that I did want to talk about it. Please show me clearly, what could I have said better? What might I have said different? Or what might I have said that I missed out on, that I just left out altogether? I thank you for clear and concise messages. I thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And I thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us clearly, what is the PS? Okay. We all have to move forward in our own truth, right? But again, my truth doesn't make your truth wrong. My truth just means it's my truth, and your truth is your truth. I do believe there is one universal truth, and that is that love is the most important thing. I do believe that for all of us. But however we find it and express it is okay. Just like pizza is food, right? That's a truth. Pizza is food. If you like pizza. If you don't like pizza, some people might say pizza's not food, but you see what I'm saying. So in that truth, right? If we move forward in that truth, however it works out for us, whether it's thick crust or thin crust, however it works for us moving forward, move forward that way in our truth, in our version of the truth. Because what it amounts to, and I know I've said this in one of my videos, what it amounts to is we're all seeking after God. which makes it fabulous. And I say that, I know agnostics and atheists might say, no, I'm not seeking after God, and that's fine. But I'm talking to the ones who are, that's your truth, right? And your truth and my truth might not be the same truth, but that's okay. And here's the deal, that there are some universal truths, right? There are some universal truths. We reap what we sow. That's taught in every religion. That's taught in science. That's taught. I mean, you can't plant a tomato and grow an orange, right? There are some universal truths out there. But when it comes to my God's better than your God, or your God's better than my God, or this is the only way you're going to get to heaven, and is there hell, and all that other stuff, that's it. That goes down to individual truths, right? So we can all agree on some universal truths, and then we can leave the doctrinal stuff. I say we can leave it. I can share with you what my experiences are. You can share with me what yours are, but we can also love and respect each other in the process. And then you have the lover's card, right? Guys, and I really think all of it is a search for ourselves. A search for ourselves and who we are in this big universe. What does it mean? This other channel that I'm going to be doing, it's going to, wow. It's going to go back to, like, who was I reading? What were they saying? What are the things that happened in my life that helped me or that moved me to where I am today? If anybody's interested, and if you're not interested, it doesn't matter. You don't have to listen. But I think that the journey is, you've gotten snippets, right? But I think it's bigger. The journey's bigger than me. It's bigger than the whole world. It's all of us looking for ourselves, looking for who we are in this big universe, and what is our place, and what is our job, so to speak. So on those days, whenever I say things that may come across offensive, please do forgive me. I get out of line sometimes, but know from the bottom of my heart, my biggest intention is to share with you where I've been on my journey, in case you're stuck in your journey, like I've gotten stuck in mine along the way, and to uplift you, to reach a hand down or up and pull you back to that balance that you seek. Okay? Guys, that is Daily Mail episode 86. I love you so much. Stay in and have a super duper day.